Gate 14 podcast. JR is here. Avery is here. And we just watched a Jose Berrios masterclass against against the Venezuelans, who are a wagon. But we'll get right into it right now. JR, what's up, buddy?
Johnny, something's
Where's the
fucked happening with your camera.
Did I hit it up?
Yeah,
I
nice
knew
sky view there for a little bit. Life's good over here, man. Just
living the dream. I heard some stuff about you. I know you're eating good over there. I heard some stuff about you. Yeah, I know you're eating good. Avery, what's up with you, brother?
Yeah, nothing really. Quiet week. Barrios, I'm seriously worried. I'm getting some. I tweeted that I didn't like Buck Martinez anymore. Got some hate from the older crowd on that, but I'll stand by that take. Buck Martinez is no longer good.
No, that's not even a crazy take to have. I don't think. See, the thing is, I don't understand why people are so like. Listen, this is my take on Buck Martinez. He's done. He's done. Like, a lot of my childhood memories are of Buck Martinez calling Blue Jays games. Sure. He's a legend in that aspect. A lot of the legendary calls, everything he's done. But at some point, all good things come to an end. And now a lot of people are going to remember Buck Martinez as the guy who just spews random shit in the booth. And that everyone's just like, dude, just shut up. Like, I'm out on the Buck Martinez train. Maybe we get a lot of him because we watch every Jays game. But, man, this guy is something. He's been not good at all. I mean, this World Baseball Classic's been a nightmare for him.
Yeah, I'll walk through the Canada game. The first inning, I had two problems. I had to mute it after that. So a very clear changeup for a strikeout against Canada first inning. So that was a great four-seam fastball he just threw. It was 13 miles an hour difference from his fastball. Like, Buck, how could you not tell that was a changeup? Like, you have it in front of you. Let's work on it. And then you have the ground ball to first base that the first baseman touched first base and threw it home. He's like, the first baseman just couldn't get a good grip on the ball. There was a guy standing right in fucking front of him, like in the throwing path. He said it 8 times. And then the guy who was doing the play-by-play goes, looks like he was in his way. And then Buck goes, let's see this again. Oh, you're definitely right about that. He seemed to be in the way. Like, Buck, I guess he was better as a play-by-play guy. He's a horrible color guy. Let's let some young talent. Dan Shulman, top 2, 3.
Dan Shulman's the best, and we like college basketball and stuff like that. He is a treat. We are so lucky to have Dan Shulman, dude.
There's a reason he was doing Sunday Night Baseball. There's a reason he was doing national championships in college basketball. There's a reason they have him on ESPN doing college basketball now. He's fucking great. He's incredible, and he just wanted to be back home, right? And
I agreed with that take.
Tabby was bad too. Tabby is also bad.
Yeah, a lot of people did agree with you though. I feel like you had a lot of agreement.
Yeah, there was some of the older crowd didn't like it as well. Like, there's a kid on the Laurier team. His dad was talking shit about it, but that's fine. Like, let fucking Dan Shulman's kid go in the booth with him. I'm sure he could give some better insights.
Dude, it's like
he does, eh?
He does radio, I think.
He does radio.
Yeah, for Barry.
Yeah, for the Barry.
No, he does Jays games, I think.
No,
I swear
don't think
he did a Jays game last year. 100% he did one.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did on like I'm not sure, but I will say
bring your kid to work day, maybe.
I bet Caleb Joseph is a better guy than Buck at this.
That's a good take. I just think this, like, we got to start, especially with Rodder, man. We got to just at least start tailoring to a little bit of the younger audience, man. Buck Martinez is like so out of touch with some of the weird, like, random stuff he says, and like, is he a legend? Sure, man. But like, what made guys like Vince Scully so good was like Vince Scully was just a legend. Like, he would tell these cool stories. He wouldn't really like overstep his boundaries with stuff that he would say. And I know it's a crazy comparison, but Buck Martinez he just is losing it. Like, he just doesn't have a clue up there anymore. I don't know if we're going to catch a lot of heat for that, but I love Dan Shulman. I wish it was just a Dan Shulman solo broadcast, because Dan Shulman is incredible. We are so lucky to have that dude for however amount of games that we do have him for, but it brings Dan Shulman so much more down when you have Buck Martinez in the booth. Like, he really doesn't have a clue. He really doesn't.
Yeah, it's like the insights into what's going on in the game. Buck is just he's wrong about stuff. Like he knows what he's talking about, but he's just wrong about stuff you can see with your eyes on the TV, which is frustrating for people. Just like Buck, come on, man. Like I know, happy that he's healthy. Say that. I'm happy for his health, but it's like I think we should go a different direction at some point. And it's just it is nostalgic. He's been a Blue Jay forever, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
Just
know.
lessen his role, maybe. That's what it has to. Just lessen his role. Maybe they already did. I'm not sure. I'm not really in touch with that. But like, just you got to decrease his role at some point. Like that's just what it has to be, right?
And
like
I do not think they're a top 3 booth in baseball at all.
Dan Schulman is by himself.
Yeah, he's great. He's fantastic. Not so happy that we have Dan Schulman, but I think we could get younger at the color commentary position.
Imagine Pat and Buck in the studio. I mean, like I think I would just like my ears would bleed. Like those two to get my ears would legitimately bleed. I don't know if we've ever done that, but that would be a nightmare. But let's go into
Pat and Buck used to do it forever.
Yeah, I know. But like now I'm saying now.
Oh,
like
yeah.
with the shit they do.
I think you were just aimlessly watching baseball as you were a kid and never really like tuned into what they were saying. Or they were giving good enough insights where you could be like, okay, that's pretty interesting at least.
Yeah,
and
we gotta
you just watch every game. It's the exact same shit.
Let's go into
what do you think, Jer? Incriminate yourself here.
It's kind of like it's kind of like our Sportsnet hockey cast. It's similar.
Oh my
like I don't think they'll ever like it's not obviously not as bad because Buck actually gets like big games. Like in the sense of like he gets like the call for like you said, like right now he's getting the call, right? For like pretty big games. But it's like they'll never change. Like because they just like people will go like ballistic. It's not worth the heat they'll get.
Yeah.
What made Buck good was because he played, right? Buck Martinez never went to broadcasting school, I don't think.
It's like the you saw what happened with was it CBC when they got rid of the LaFlame? You saw what happened.
Yeah.
It's hard to find that middle though. It's hard to find that guy who's
you
not
gotta kind of bait. What
Yeah.
you gotta do is kind of like rotate in a young guy, and then you just hope he's so good that people start asking for him, and then it's just like seamless. Other than trying someone who's like almost brand new.
But looking at that like Sportsnet broadcast, besides Shulman, like a lot of those guys are not to be mean. Like a lot of those guys are replaceable, dude. Like a lot of those guys on the Sportsnet broadcast are kind of replaceable besides Dan Schulman. You can kind of swap anyone in. We saw Arden doing it with Arash last year. Maybe Hazel May with like how good she is and all the stuff that she does with the team and stuff, like just her being there forever. That's like maybe another person that's interchangeable, but everyone else is kind of like you can kind of just really swap around and put guys in and stuff like that. It's kind of easily replaceable. And I don't think a lot of Jays fans would really notice. I mean, I don't know. A lot of Jays fans aren't in on Buck Martinez, so that is definitely a thing. But let's talk about the World Baseball Classic.
The one last thing is like if I'm on MLB TV out of town, there's a good chance I'll watch the away team's broadcast.
Yeah, no, that's a guarantee.
If there's a lot of Buck. Like
that's a
back
guarantee.
When I was at school, I was not going to listen to Buck. I just wasn't going to do it anymore.
Yeah, that's a guarantee. But let's go into the World Baseball Classic. I mean, Canada versus Great Britain was one of the worst, most pathetic baseball games I have like legit. And I'm not even I know I over exaggerate a lot. That was the most pathetic excuse of a baseball game I've ever seen in my life. Like ever in my life. It was embarrassing. An embarrassing baseball game to be a part of as a country. I felt embarrassed for the dudes on the field.
It was we were in the hockey change room. It had been 3 hours since the game started, and it was in the 4th inning still. Like, if that doesn't tell you it was a bad baseball game, then
there was 23 walks this game, bro. 23 walks in a baseball game, in a World Baseball Classic game. I couldn't believe it. There was errors everywhere. There was pitchers who just couldn't throw strikes. And I got to talk about this. I mean, there was a lot of crazy takes on Twitter saying like the World Baseball Classic's better than the World Cup. That's just the worst take ever, right? Like that has to be.
Yeah. So I was talking like there's things that could make it better, but because pitchers aren't ramped up yet, it'll never be what the World Cup can be.
And because they have 12 at bats in spring training, the hitters, like they're not even ramped up yet either. So it's just guys.
Did
that
we not talk about
preseason.
this last week? Like the best way they could do it, teams would never let them go, though, would be a break in between the All-Star game time, like they kind of do for the Olympics.
Yeah, I guess that's true as well.
But some of the game, like the Japan games, awesome, the crowd, right?
Yeah.
But then you see them play like China, and it's a horrible game. They're 9.5 run favorites against China.
It's bad.
Then you go watch what's going on in Miami, electric baseball. It's like playoff baseball, awesome atmosphere, and then you watch America, Great Britain. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, it's
not
a crazy extreme. We got I guess we'll talk about Jose Berrios because I mean this is the Jays podcast, but Jose Berrios, and maybe I want someone listening to this can make a picture of me with this quote. If Jose Berrios wants to think about throwing a 4-seam fastball, he should have a shock collar on him. That just the thought, like a dog, like training a dog. The shock collar on him should be like, no, you are not throwing this pitch because you are your 4-seam is fucking garbage, and it always will be. He kind of got screwed over. A lot of obviously there's a lot of adrenaline in that situation. You're pitching for your country, all that type of stuff. Javi Baez, who's the biggest bum in baseball, gets a ground ball to short, or he over the base at second and underthrows it. Next ball, Berrios goes up to saying, then a nuke. It was, you guys didn't get a chance to see it. You guys just saw the stat line. His stuff is nasty. I will never understand Jose Berrios. His stuff is so fucking good. I don't understand why he can't pitch. His stuff is nasty. Like, it falls off the table, and I don't know why he continues to throw that trash 4-seam fastball. Are you looking at the numbers, Dave?
Yeah, he threw the most pitches he threw was the 4-seam fastball.
That's good.
Like how? Yeah.
Like what are we doing? Like I know it's Christian Vasquez behind the plate. Maybe he's a spy. Maybe that's a spin zone. Will do for it. But that's just the historic. It was one of the top or bottom 10 worst pitches in baseball. His 4-seam fastball. I think hitters hit like 386 off it last year. Why do you throw it? Why do you throw your 4-seam fastball? If it doesn't work, just stop doing it. Like, is that a crazy concept?
No, it needs to be definitely talked about. Like, his velo was up on his sinker and his 4-seam fastball. His spin rate was up on both. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's frustrating. I mean, he had 4 swings on 12 pitches. He just couldn't get whiffs again. It's like 3 whiffs on 38 pitches isn't great for Jose Berrios. And his stuff looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah, his stuff does look really good. That's what I'm saying. It's so frustrating, man. And like, he is probably the only guy on the Jays that besides Kikuchi, that I want to see succeed so fucking bad to slam dunk on people, because he could be so good. Like, he literally can be so good, but I just don't understand why he's not good. And it's obviously the 4-seam, but it makes me so mad, dude. Like, it makes me so mad.
So he threw 80% of 4-seam fastballs in the zone. They swung at it 56% of the time. They made contact 7 out of 10 fastballs in the zone. They just either you could take the 3 or miss on them, but he had 3 whiffs, so they were swinging and missing on them. Out of zone contact was 100% as well. They see the fastball so well, so it's tough.
And his sinker, his average exit velocity in this game on the sinker was 73 miles an hour. I mean, why? And then his fastball, the max was 99.6. Average was 85 mile an hour exit velo. Like, why do we just not throw the sinker? Like, there is so many just strictly sinker ball pitchers in baseball, and I don't understand why Jose Berrios can just eliminate that fastball and be a sinker ball thrower.
I was looking at Pablo Lopez's stats there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the Berrios ones here, but yeah, dude, he is one of the most frustrating pitchers I think I've ever had to root for with the Toronto Blue Jays. That's actually good. Like, obviously Tyler Chatwood, all those guys, stuff like that's frustrating, but this guy has the stuff to be nasty, but he's just like not. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it.
Okay, let me go back on the fastball stats. I fucked them up. He threw 6 of them in the zone, and they made contact 75% of the time. They can hit his fastball in the zone easily. It's not good at all. Fuck. It's
I'm out
frustrating as fuck. Especially with that deal. It looks worse and worse every day. I wasn't worried about him going into this year. But we asked Keegan, it was like, what's it gonna be like? We see Jose Berrios succeed at the World Baseball Classic. And it's like, okay, he pitches in a big game and he makes good pitches and he gets out of it. We get some zeros and we're back on the Jose Berrios train. Well, that was a nightmare. That does not put you in a good spot to start the season.
And where does that put his confidence at, Abe? Like, I mean, this guy now, that was like a meaningful baseball game he just threw in, like a must win. Not really a must win, maybe, but like a meaningful baseball game. They give him the start against one of the best teams in the tournament, and he shits down his leg. Like, now he's going to go back to Blue Jays camp, no confidence. He's going to be pitching in spring training, meaningless baseball games, and then he's going to be expected to be the 4 guy and pitch against for the Jays in regular season with no confidence. We saw what the no confidence was last year with some of his starts. He couldn't do shit. So like, how is this going to affect him now? And that's that's a question that has to be answered, because he looked absolutely terrible. Terrible. The 4-seam is the worst pitch in baseball.
I need to go back and look at the pitches.
I think he should have. I wonder if there's serious thought of not going to the tournament, because like it's not very good for him.
But it's
general.
A huge building block if it goes well.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point, Abe.
But is it like they're 45 pitch limit games?
Sure, but it means something at least. It means more than a spring training game.
But this is like worst case because he's like not with his actual coaches, and he's
and he's not with his catcher, right? Not with his catcher.
Yeah,
either.
like you just had the worst season of your career, and you're being relied to be the ace of, you could say, right, top 3, top 4 favorite in the tournament. And the pitch limits doesn't really give Berrios a shot. Like, even if he has 45 pitches is like 3 innings max. So it's just like looking at it, like there had to be discussion on like what's the best decision for me, and he ultimately, probably my guess, it came down to representing his country. Like he really wanted to do it.
Like let's look at his contract.
This is worst fucking case.
Like let's look at his contract. Jared, look at his contract here. I mean, he gives up a single to Luis Arias, 80-mile-an-hour exit velo, whatever. A double to Altuve, 92, right? And then a force out 77, single 100, home run 102, and then Altuve a force out another 100-mile-an-hour exit, 100.7 exit velocity. So he is giving up unbelievably hard hit baseballs. Like he's not just giving up weak contact like Chris Bassett when he kind of gets hit around a little bit. This guy is giving up very hard contact, and with no shift implemented this year, this could be a fucking nightmare. A legitimate nightmare.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the percentile rankings from last year. He got people to chase decent amount. That was about it. Spin rate on his fastball, shit, too. Like 35th percentile spin rate on his 4-seam fastball.
And we're over exaggerating because, but people are going to say like you're over exaggerating because it's whatever. I mean, Sandy Alcantara got hit around pretty bad yesterday, but that's Sandy Alcantara, who was a Cy Young. Like, this is a guy who is clearly shown that he doesn't have confidence in himself on the mound. Like, that's just very clear. He has no confidence in himself on the mound. And that's why you kind of got to applaud what Kikuchi's doing, man. Kikuchi, I know we obviously joke around about him a lot, but he's went into spring training with the key goal in his mind to get his confidence back in his pitches and get his confidence back into him. And he's looked pretty fucking good, man. Got out of a lot of jams, put himself in a pretty decent amount of jams with the walks and stuff like that. But Kikuchi, his confidence is all like, that's why maybe to JR's point, maybe Berrios should have just stayed in spring training, man. Got his confidence back, went 3 innings, worked with his pitching coach, worked with his catchers, and kind of did that instead of going in and getting thrown into the fucking fire, facing Venezuela when you've only made 2 spring training starts after one of your worst years ever? Right?
I don't think there was really much of a like conversation with the team because he had blonde hair for months. There was no back and forth with we're not going to let you play there.
Mhm.
Right? Like he was bought in. He knew he was playing for forever. So I can't blame the guy for wanting to play for his country, and I can't blame the team for letting him go. In retrospect, everything is always feels like we could have made a better decision, but I would never it sucks. This is worst case again, but I don't think you should get that mad at him.
Is it we can't double down on it though. We've had a lot of takes on this podcast that he's going to bounce back and stuff like that. I don't know if I could have that take again with how he's looked. I mean, this spring, has he looked good? I mean, a decent amount of walks, but who's he been facing? Has he been facing big league hitters? I know a lot of his stuff hasn't really been televised.
The Phillies start was good.
The Phillies start was good. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird place to be. And I think him throwing himself into the fire in a very highly competitive, crazy atmosphere when he has no confidence after last year is kind of dumb. And that's something that I'll take to the grave. I just think it's really dumb to throw yourself into a position like that when you were terrible last year. Your own team didn't even want to start you in the playoffs. They didn't even want the option of having you out of the bullpen in the playoffs. They wouldn't have started you game 3. They would have started Ross Stripling. If that goes to show you how bad your confidence was, I don't know what will. So why throw yourself into a fire in a World Baseball Classic when a lot of things you're playing for your country, everything's on the line? I don't get that part of it, man. I don't.
Yeah, and I guess he hasn't even thrown with Kirk because Kirk came late to camp. So it's and Kirk stayed that discussion too. Kirk decided to stay, or the team told him to stay because he showed up late. But I mean, it's rock bottom. I mean, we didn't really think about this scenario. We didn't really talk about it. Is the pitch limits are wild. But my guess is though, the Jays had to tell him you have to throw your fastball in your start. You have to trust your fastball because essentially these are spring training starts for Berrios.
But it's never gonna work though. His fastball, like Avery said, the advanced analytics.
But he had to think about it though in the situation. When's he gonna actually get to test that fastball? There's no way he's not throwing his fastball.
Yeah, it's been confirmed, Jose. It fucking sucks.
I don't know what more he needs out of it. I really do you want me to get a hit off it to prove you it's trash? Because I'll tell you what. It is a trash ass pitch, Jose. Your fastball fucking sucks. It's terrible.
He's gonna throw again in this tournament.
No,
if they don't make it.
If they lose this game, then Venezuela runs the table because they're already 2-0, and the Dominican runs the table. They're done. It's first 2 teams.
They got stacked division then, eh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nicaragua and Israel there too. So let's look at the launch angle on his 4-seam fastball against last year was 19 degrees, and the average exit velo was 92 miles an hour.
We just can't be having that.
If you hit a baseball at 19 degrees and 92 miles an hour, I bet there's a 65% chance you're hitting a home run, at least.
That's a pit. But what is Pete Walker doing? Why is it Pete Walker saying we're done with this fucking 4-seam? What? Why aren't guys telling him? It's a terrible pitch.
He actually got more whiffs on his 4-seam fastball than he did his sinker last year.
I guess, man, but it's the hard hit.
They're both horrible pitches. So last season, the batting average against on his 4-seam was 349. Expected batting average was 308. The sinker, his actual batting average against was 317. His expected was 312.
Yeah, that's bad. Holy shit, that's fucking terrible.
But the sinker, the average launch angle was 10 degrees less. They're going to smash it into the ground. That's why they hit it so hard. It's just right into the ground.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation. I hope obviously we're rooting for him because Jays. Is this a crazy take right now? If the season started tomorrow, is Yusei Kikuchi the 4 guy? No questions asked. Is Yusei Kikuchi the 4 guy?
What does that mean? Because it doesn't matter.
He's not throwing the 4th game to start the year.
Yeah.
You would put Berrios in as your 4 guy. I mean, obviously, it doesn't really
Yeah,
mean
they're
anything, but
gonna have to put him as the 4 guy.
that's crazy to me, though, man. I think you say if he keeps this shit up, obviously the command gets there a little bit. He's making the case to be the 4 star. I mean, to start ahead of Berrios.
No, he's definitely making his case, but I think it's more of like how much you're paying a guy. It's the start of the season. They got to show that they're confident in him. Like, they got to show. I wouldn't even be surprised if they test him at the 3.
I don't know. We'll see.
Like, they got to show that, like, I mean, this guy was our season opener.
Chris Bassett looks good, though, boys. He looks good.
He's going to be a rock in the rotation. He's going to do his job. He gives up
a lot of weak contact. Like, I didn't realize it until I think Avery or someone sent it to me on his Baseball Savant page, but he's like the king of weak contact, Chris Bassett, right, Ave?
Yeah.
So that's like, I mean, that's a good contract. I don't know why, like, a lot of, I guess it's just Yankee fans talking shit and stuff like that, or just whatever. But like, he was top 5% in the league last year in exit velocity. Like, that'll play. I mean, wait, is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that no fuck? And dude, Chris Bassett has a literal infinity stone of pitches he throws.
He said he has 17 or something. What did
he just throws infinity pitches. Like, it's a nightmare. And that's probably why his games used to take so long, because the catcher and him would be arguing about like what he's throwing, because he just has 100 fucking pitches. Like, man, I'm pumped to see Chris Bassett, man, in season once he's ramped up, because I'm seeing a lot of people roast his velocity on his pitches and stuff like that. It's just like he openly says he doesn't throw hard, or he doesn't really try to throw hard in spring training. He's just trying to get back into it. I think Chris Bassett's going to be like solidify himself as the 3rd game starter in the playoffs easily. Like, it's not even going to be a discussion.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if it wasn't him, to be honest. I'm sorry. I got some good stuff for you guys here. Just give me a minute.
With Chris Bassett?
No, with Jose Berrios. I'm in the deep depths right now.
Yeah, see, this is what you get here. You get me with the feel and then Avery with the deep depths. Another funny thing, which I didn't realize, I made it really clear right when he towed the rubber, that's not a baseball number. 37, and I know Avery quote tweeting it with your college profile that you're number 37. If that's not a reasoning, if you're listening to this podcast and you're number 37, give your fucking head a shake, because that is an unserious baseball number. A very, very unserious baseball number. And we saw it tonight.
I didn't get to pick my number, though. Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just given to me. Okay. Here we go. Jose Berrios from Baseball Savant. They give you similar pitchers based on Jose Berrios' velocity and movement. Okay. One of them is 2021 Alek Manoah, and one of them is 2022 Matt Brash. So Fangraphs over this week, they brought in this pitch modeling thing, which is called Stuff Plus, which is based on like how good your stuff is. Okay. So him being compared to Matt Brash, I think the best was Emmanuel Clase. He's like 137. So he has the same stuff as Matt Brash, who had a Stuff Plus of 123. Like, he has the stuff, the movement, the velocity to be a very successful pitcher, to model, to show that he can be very successful. And it just I don't know what went wrong and what is going wrong. It's just such a weird thing, man. I don't really know. I would like to have Pete Walker just try something fucked with him. Like, drop him down one day or something crazy.
Just fucking get absolutely blackout drunk with them. Just, yeah, you gotta just get absolutely, man. You gotta get fucked up. What were you saying, JR?
I said that might help.
Seriously.
He needs something.
100%. This guy's a clown. Yeah, dude. Here's a situation for you guys. Let's say it gets into June, right? And Jose Berrios is getting absolutely rocked. Like, absolutely rocked. Do you slide in Ricky Tiedemann if he's carving in AAA as your 4 or 5 guy and put Berrios to the bullpen? Where do you stand with that? Because that question might have to be answered at some point. If Berrios is pitching like he did last year and the Jays are in a race like they are in I'm assuming they will be for the American League East. You can't drop games easily, and you can't have just shoe-in games where you're just going to lose. Are you more comfortable with Ricky Tiedemann going?
I mean, the only reason you'd say yes to that is the unknown aspect of it because we haven't seen Ricky.
I would say no still, dude.
And we would just get fed up with seeing Jose Berrios.
I would say no still, though. I would say no.
You want Zach Thompson and Drew Hutchison, like I said?
No, I would say no because I think Berrios last year.
If we have to talk about Berrios going to the bullpen in June, we could be in a bad situation. I think the team will be fine, but the pitching staff is going to be an absolute.
I'm just going to say ride with Berrios because this is a crazy take, but when he is good, he is unfucking hittable. It is a guaranteed win when he is good, like legitimately unhittable. But the shitty thing about Jose Berrios is, and this is the last time we'll talk about him this episode, there's no middle. There's no like just a decent day for him. It's either he goes like 7 with 12 punchies or he'll go 2 innings with 9 runs. That's the thing with Jose Berrios. There's no middle ever. It's either really good or he's trash. That's the thing that frustrates Blue Jays fans about him.
I'm just disappointed. You know, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
So say he comes back 3 starts and he shoves again, and then he gets Kansas City game 4 of the season and sucks. Like what do we say? It's like he hasn't figured anything out. We mad at Pete Walker.
Like that's again going back to it. That's just the Jose Berrios experience. He's really good or he's really bad. Because after that KC start, he'll go up against Detroit the week after and go 7 scoreless. That's just what he does. And that's what pisses me off. But that's it for the Berrios. We'll end it with the Berrios talk right there. But we got to talk about another guy that Avery made a funny tweet about, Thomas Hatch. I mean, this guy is putting on a masterclass in spring training. I can't get enough of it.
He just put up zeros yesterday, man.
He did, but I mean, his first 2 appearances were like, dude, what are we doing here?
I'd seen a Yankees account do something similar. I forget what they said about him, but I kind of just worked off that, and I was just like, oh, Thomas Hatch, this has to be a tweet about him.
His ERA is 19.64 right now in the spring.
Okay, that's down what?
From 45, obviously. Yeah, it's down from 45. So that'll play. He is the most interesting pitcher in this, I think, in this entire organization. Because it's just like, what are we doing? It's like the meme, like, what is a polar bear doing in Texas? I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what more he could do. Like, I know the James Click's probably looking at Ross like, who the fuck is, like, I have to work with this in the development aspect of the Toronto. Like, what is this? I have to work with this guy. But yeah, he is. And going into that AAA aspect, I mean, that bullpen is going to fuck in AAA.
Should be really good.
Who do you think? So who do you think's taking up that last bullpen spot? Because Trevor Richards has actually looked decent. I will give him his flower. I mean, I saw Chris Black tweet his changeup is really good, and his fastball is also kind of looking decent. Who are you like? Do you think Julian Fernandez makes the team?
I think it'd be brain dead not to let him make this team. The upside is fucked. Like, and you have what's his fucking name? Click in Ross's ear. Like, they were picking up Brian Abreu off the street to fucking let him play. I don't know if that's true, but they had guys like that. You don't get a better bullpen. You don't have a randomly good bullpen like the Orioles. If you got your old guys who previously sucked, who have a decent spring, just take over the spots where they sucked last year, in my opinion. You're doing the same thing over and over is the definition of insanity. So why we just shouldn't do it. Like, let's give other people a chance.
He throws gas.
That is where I am at. I would love to see other people get a chance.
Dude, I'm just so fucking done with spring training, man. I tweeted earlier today. I'm done with it. I can't get excited. Besides, you said,
can we make a pact that you don't go live for spring training anymore? We wait till the season so that people get fired up.
Yeah, that's a good pact. I'm in. All right, you heard that here. I will not be going live anymore for spring training games.
So they get really excited when we go live the next time.
That's a great point. No more spring training lives. I want everyone to hold me to that. And actually, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I shaved. And I know you say I didn't shave fully. I trimmed my beard. And I know Yusei Kikuchi, and listen, I did it before today's start with Yusei Kikuchi, and he walked a lot of guys. I will take accountability for that. But just so the listeners know, I am single now. I looked like a homeless piece of shit with my long beard. I looked terrible. I just looked greasy. It was itchy. I felt disgusting. So just bonk me if you want to bonk me.
Let's just do mustaches, man. The three of us.
No, I can't. I don't look good with a mustache. Like, this is where I look the best right now, is like where it's like a little scruffle. I look
a little 10-year-old Johnny.
Yeah, I like the jawline. I think I look the best like this. Johnny Jawline is what they call me. Yeah. I think I had to shave. I'm sorry, Yusei. If this is the start of the Yusei Kikuchi downfall, I want to apologize. But we made up for it though with the graphic for this episode. What a graphic.
Yeah.
What a graphic. For listeners that don't know, it's Yusei Kikuchi in a leprechaun outfit for the Mr. March. It's an all-time graphic.
Yeah. We definitely should have done one about Jose Berrios probably, because that's what we talked about the whole time. But I'm happy to have the Cooch man up there.
Well, we'll talk about Kikuchi. He's Mr. March. And listen, if we weren't Yusei haters, which we aren't, we would say the 9.2 innings with 6 walks isn't good. If we were haters, let me make that clear. Avery, give yourself a what would you say if you weren't a Yusei Kikuchi? If you weren't a Yusei Kikuchi truther like you are, what would you say about it?
I would say it doesn't look like a ton of stuff's changed.
That's what you would say
if I wasn't a Yusei Kikuchi guy.
Hypothetically speaking, with the walks and listen, if I wasn't a Yusei Kikuchi truther, I would also say he hasn't really been facing that many good hitters. Or big league lineup.
But I would never say something like that.
I would never, yes. You and I would never say, JR, what would you hypothetically be saying? So he's 9.2 innings, 4 hits, 6 walks, 0 earned runs. So hypothetically, if you weren't a Yusei Kikuchi truther like you are, what does that stat line tell you?
I'd say Mitch White is significantly better than Yusei Kikuchi.
That's what you would, yes.
I would say, and Yusei Kikuchi won't make the rotation out of camp. And Mitch White will start.
He's been putting up zeros though. Like because I'm a Yusei Kikuchi guy.
Now you're back. Now
it
you're
doesn't
back.
matter how they get on base, if they hit doubles or if they walk, if they get out.
I can't wait to clip that and just have Rating Kikuchi say "shut the fuck up" to us, like just aggressively tell us to go die. That's what's gonna happen. It just, I'll be honest, the walks aren't gonna do it. You say we can't be. The walks aren't gonna do it. Okay. I'll be the first to say, I mean, let's look at his stat line today. He went 2.2 innings, 3 walks, 4 hits. Not an ideal whip. Okay? No. Not an ideal whip.
A whip over what, 1.5 there?
Yeah.
Isn't very successful.
Yes.
But he faced a good line. That team went to the World Series.
Yeah. I mean, the starts that he had against Pittsburgh and Baltimore were just the greatest starts ever, because he had 1 hit in both starts combined and 1 walk and 7 punchies.
What's to say if I wasn't a Yusei Kikuchi guy, I would have this argument. It's only 2 innings. Like, what happens if he went 6?
True. I again, just hypothetically speaking, a lot of people that are haters of Yusei could say, well, he didn't go through the order 2 to 3 times. That's what they would be saying, hypothetically.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that.
I would never say that about Mr. March. It is crazy, though. I will say this. It is crazy he has 0 earned runs. With those numbers, like the walk and hit numbers, it is wild.
The team wants to play for him.
Yeah, except Matt Chapman today. That was bad. That error at third.
I didn't get to see it, so it doesn't count.
True. It's a good point, I guess. Oh my God, I think, is Venezuela blowing this? Yeah, it's 9-4, runner on second and third.
Holy fuck, man! These games are so high.
This is a classic Jose Berrios thing that
yeah.
People on Blue Jays Twitter would say. It'd be like,
he always gets the win.
Yeah, Jose Berrios. they were 17-5 in Jose Berrios starts last year.
Yeah, we want the same year that he already
breakfast
had.
boy, Sid Sixero would say something like that.
I can't believe he actually had. I can't believe his record.
He was pretty much the worst qualified starter in baseball last season.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's a good saying. That's a good. I mean, I think he had statistically the worst ERA ever.
Yeah, amongst qualified pitchers, I believe.
Yeah, so that's what we would be saying again, hypothetically. But yeah, another guy, I ate crow by accident. I think I mushed him because I don't think he did anything after I made that TikTok. I apologize to all the Biggio stands out there. I said I was in the wrong because he mashed that ball off of Spencer Strider. Like
Yeah,
that wasn't a fuck around swing. And I'll tell you what, man, I didn't mush him because he went 1 for 3 today. So he's 1 for 5 since I apologized to all the haters. He looks good. I don't know what to say. Like him and Espinal look really fucking good, man. Really good. I don't know where I'm at with this. Like, is Espinal the starting second baseman now? You can't get Espinal off the field. He looks insane.
Yeah, for me it's interesting because I'm always gonna give Witt the benefit of the doubt as a guy who's older, probably doesn't give a fuck about spring training anymore. Let's be honest. Thinks he knows where he's gonna be at the start of the season, and then Espinal is just making it harder. It's great when you have players making it hard to make the lineup every day. That is an awesome problem to have.
Espinal has 11 hits this spring already.
That's fucking awesome.
Like,
really good.
But that's the thing. It's like that's another guy, in my opinion, who's like a confidence guy. Is Espinal cool with being a bench bat? I don't know if that would be like what he's.
Well, I think he'd be happier than making AAA money.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Or being a Los Angeles
like,
Dodger, he'd probably like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, is that it? Does like he's kind of really playing for either a job on this team or maybe a trade chip come deadline. I don't know. I want Espinal to be here. Obviously, he is nasty in the infield. I don't know if there's stats that back that up. I think he's good in the infield at least. And I mean, he's raking, sure and I think he gained 10 pounds of muscle, they said, or 15 pounds of muscle.
That was last year, was it not?
No, we'll say he did it this year too. Okay. But no, he looks good. Whit Merrifield's look like dog shit this spring.
Yeah, the team hasn't run well at all either. They've tried to steal so many bases, they just get
thrown out, not even close.
Yeah, he's in the 96th percentile, outs above average last year.
Yeah, so that's a guy that you want on your team, man.
Top 9% of the league in strikeout rate too. That's
a guy, man, especially in a lineup like that's kind of really strikeout heavy with like Matt Chapman, Dalton Varsho strikeout heavy. Vladdy's kind of, I think, a little bit strikeout heavy, maybe not as bad. Bo's strikeout heavy. It's good to have a guy in the lineup like that, right?
Yep, changes things up for sure.
And Kevin Kiermaier, boys, this guy is fucking incredible. Did you see that catch he made on Saturday?
Yeah,
in the gap, he is so good. He is going to be Kevin Pillar 2.0. Like the fans are going to love this fucking dude, man. They're going to love this dude.
He's been very vocal about loving his time in Toronto so far.
Annoyingly vocal, I'll say. A little bit on the annoying side.
That's what I wanted to ask. I did ask Keegan about it. He's like, yeah, I mean, if you played in Tampa Bay and that shithole every time too, you'd also say that.
Yeah, so, that's true. JR, where do you stand? Are you a KK guy? I think he's a great 9-hole bat.
Yeah, he's got really good intensity, competitive guy. I mean, we're not expecting him to hit good at all. So, I mean, he can only really exceed expectations at the plate. So, I think he's as long as he's above 200, I'm happy with him.
Above 200?
As long as he's not outrageously hitting below 200.
I think he'll be a 240, 250 guy this year. I really do.
I mean, I haven't really looked into his career numbers, but that seems high for him.
I don't think that's that high for him. I think he'll
be. Dave, can you look into that quickly? Yeah, just see.
I can look.
Because I feel like he's had some really bad years at the plate.
Sure, but he hasn't really been that healthy.
He's also playing in the fucking hell.
Now, he never played really a good hitting lineup. Tampa's always been a
non-home run lineup. Yeah.
Well,
he's a career 248 hitter. I mean, that's not a crazy thing.
Yeah,
he hit 3. Yeah.
Or sorry, 276 in 2017.
Oh wow.
260 in 2021.
And 228 last year when he had that hip injury.
220. Okay, so the fact that he hit 276 one year, I mean, that's impressive.
250 isn't crazy.
250 isn't crazy. 250 isn't crazy.
Yeah,
he had a BABIP of 337 that year. Holy fuck.
I'm all in on the Kevin Kiermaier train. Actually, this is completely off topic. We got to talk about this. I got a lot of DMs about this. I made a story about it. Those people that bring in the fucking, those pouches, the blue Lotto Max pouches, to every fucking guy. I'm saying this because I used to work at Red Bull, so I had to go into gas stations and stand behind these fucking guys. They should be executed at the stake. And no disrespect, obviously. But these guys that go to the counter and just, one, will give them the Lotto Max, give them 649, all that type of shit, which takes an hour for the fucking attendant to figure it out. And then they say, I want a lottery ticket. So the person brings out the lottery ticket, and these idiots will scroll through them like they're picking a goddamn winning number. That's like which one's the $1 million ticket? Let me just pick the one in the third from the left. Those people make me sick. They make me fucking sick. And now I'm hearing rumors there's an app, so they can just do it through the app now instead of this shit. So why do people still deal with this?
I'd be lying to say if I haven't left a store because I've seen people just going at like Winter Gagnon going off 50 times. It is fucking frustrating.
Makes me sick. Like, grow up and just use Bet365. Play the slots on there. Play the slots on there, or play blackjack, whatever. Why are we playing Lotto Max and Lotto 649 in the year 2023? Why are we doing this? Like, let's be better here.
I need you to address something as well, that maybe this isn't the spot to do it, but the guy who helped us get to St. Louis, you're in a big fight with right now. For
The
opening
guy
day.
who what?
No, so our buddy Landon who got us, I'm not in a big fight with him right now. I feel like he's just, am I in the wrong here, listeners? And maybe you guys could leave in the comment section.
Jared doesn't know either. So
I've never heard.
Okay, yeah. So maybe Jared could answer. So obviously in our chat, we have a chat, and when you give a bad pick, we always will roast you. We'll do like funny chirps and stuff like that, which is fine. I take it on the chin, probably the most. I would say that probably the most in the chat.
Yeah, you and Leafs probably.
Yeah, I take it the most on the chin. So this guy will give a pick and it'll be only Missouri sports picks he'll give us. Like because he's from there. So we'll give a pick, it'll lose, and he's one of the most vocal dudes chirping me, and then he'll just go mute for 3 days. Like, he just won't acknowledge that he gave a bad pick. Everyone will chirp him, and he just won't acknowledge it. But he'll go in another group chat and talk shit about me and roast me.
He didn't roast you in the other chat.
Well, he'll talk shit about me in another group chat.
It wasn't talking shit.
Am I crazy for saying this? Am I crazy for saying this, Jared? Like, just take integrity. Like, you are one of the first guys to roast me. And if I roast you, you just can't go ghost for 3 months.
What did you say though?
I just said like classic Missouri sport. It wasn't even a bad chirp. I will just say the over with the check mark, like it actually hit, but it didn't. And that's it. I just won't, like, he just went mute for three days. Am I in the wrong?
No, but no, you're not in the wrong. But it seems like there was a bigger fight than what's being.
No, that's
no, it wasn't. It's pretty funny. It's just classic.
So what are you relying on this guy for the St. Louis?
He got us tickets to the Cardinals games and booked our hotel.
So he did a lot. But
did you guys already pay him?
Accountability's doing the right thing when
we give bad like there is a losing pick in that chat every hour. Like,
easily.
No
that might
joke.
even be like
it's the worst gambling group chat in the history of the fucking earth. So it's like, it's really okay to lose. Like, people don't take it to heart if you lose, because there's so much losing that goes on.
So he takes it personally, man.
Yeah, it's okay. I love Landon, and I hope.
No, I do too. I just want a little bit of accountability. That's all.
Yeah.
And everyone has that one guy in the chat who can dish it but can't take it. And if you're listening to this, you know, I actually might be that guy, but like, I don't think I get it pretty bad in every chat I'm in. I just get called 4 eyes, short fuck, all that type of stuff. But yeah, it's just like, this is my thing. It's like, if you dish it, you best believe you better be able to take it. You better, if you are coming at me and just roasting my picks, you better be able to take it. That's all I'm saying. But
we'll be back. Yeah, we'll make up before opening day
for sure. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is I don't know what it is, but George Springer might be the best hitter ever again. Have you guys seen his spring? His last 3 games, nuke. He's insane.
Yeah, just gotta stay healthy. Can't be diving into Bo Bichette game 2.
How many over under? But he won't be diving into Bo Bichette. He's a right fielder.
Yeah, true. Well, maybe Bo's playing second base because Kevin Biggio's the starting shortstop.
True. Okay, that's a good point. Aiden Tukurki or Manoa Tukurki just fucking came when you said that. So where do you stand? Like, what's an over under of realistic games George Springer plays this year?
130.
That's the over under. I was going to say
125.
I was going to say 110.
Fuck, if we lose 50 games of George Springer, that's horrid, dude.
But that's what we've been doing every year.
Yeah, but now we
might
have,
as well be fucking used to it.
Yeah, I mean, though he'll be playing right field though. Hopefully, it's not as
well when he swings out of his shoe.
And I'm not wishing it upon him, but you already know that right field gap wall is gonna fuck up his brain.
He played 133.
Come on, it won't fuck up his brain.
Oh yeah, he played 133 games last year. Okay, so yeah, 130. I'm gonna take the over. I like JR made a good point. He's playing right. I'm gonna take the over on that.
I mean, maybe the new wall dimensions fuck him up and he head first.
Mentally exhausted.
Yeah, maybe.
By mapping out that.
He's another guy that needs to like get up. His weighted runs created plus numbers are off the charts, man, for every year he's been in the big league.
So good.
His worst year, weighted runs created plus of 119.
He's fucking good.
And he had 22 home runs, 71 RBIs that year.
He's so good, dude.
Yeah,
the Jays outfield is going to be the best in baseball by a
Varsho
mile.
Seems to be coming around a little bit, eh?
Yeah, Varsho's looking good. I mean, he looks good in the outfield, bro. He looks really, really good in the outfield. And I have a hot take here. I think I want someone to hold me accountable. The Jays are going to have the best bullpen in the American League East this year. Number 1, lowest ERA and top 5 in baseball.
I don't hate that.
Besides,
actually.
Anthony Bass got shelled today, like really bad today. I think
Someone tweeted, fuck, it was a very funny graphic.
It was ass, right?
Yeah.
It was him and then like ass. I think it was that PHPH guy on Twitter. That was fucking funny as shit.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I don't know if they're going to be better than the Astros bullpen.
No.
That's not the AL East though. I said the best in the AL East.
AL East. I don't think that's a hot take though. Like,
I think it is though. The Yankees
Red Sox are
bullpen
gonna suck.
The Yankees bullpen's pretty fucking good, and so is the Rays.
The Rays will be.
So you're really competing against two teams. So it's really the Rays. I mean, the Orioles. I don't think they fight for top bullpen. They got a pretty good bullpen though. But I mean, Rays and Yankees, yeah. But that's not a hot take. You gotta say the AL.
I need to take my hot
take
take
top
back,
in the AL,
dude.
Johnny, if you're gonna say a hot take like that.
No, I said top 5 in baseball. That would be a hot take because they've never been even in that fucking realm in like the past 6-7 years in the top.
Weren't we like top 10 for most of the year last year?
Yeah, it's not top 5.
That's not top 5.
I'm pretty sure we were top 5 also.
What was your hot take again, Abe? Because you said you wanted to backpedal it, right? What was it?
I said Nate Pearson's gonna get 10 saves. That was
bad. That was bad. That was fucking terrible.
Whoa,
he fucking Johnny put me on the spot. I didn't know what to fucking say.
There's like 7 other pitchers ahead of him.
Yeah, it was. I'm telling you right
7?
now. More like
I'm
70.
putting the entire bullpen ahead
70, maybe the guys in Vancouver. I mean, this dude can't throw a fucking strike to save his life.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna take that back. Like I hated it when it came out of my mouth because I didn't know what to say.
Oh, it's already in writing.
It slipped, eh?
It's already in writing. Though. I don't know.
It is.
I don't know if the jury's gonna be able to.
I was just trying to like pander to Jer since he wasn't there for the interview.
True.
I was like, I want Jeremy to feel like.
Wait,
he was a part
did you
of it.
say that in the interview with?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if you listened to it. It was the first thing we said, dipshit.
Nate Pearson has 4 innings pitched and 4 walks. 4 walks, 6 hits, a 2.5 whip, 333 opponent average.
He's going to have 10 saves for Buffalo. I was wrong about the team. He'll have 10 saves.
I mean, this guy, a 2.5 whip. I don't give a fuck if you throw 110. That whip is never going to play anywhere.
Nope. It is fucking absolute.
And that's the worst take I've ever heard. That's up for the Gate 14 awards now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was wrong take. You fucked me.
I didn't fuck you.
You
literally could have said any other thing
I didn't even
planet Earth about the Toronto Blue Jays. Anything. And you came up with Nate Pearson?
Yeah.
That's on you. That's as on you as
it is
possible.
on me.
That's like me saying you say it's going to get 10 plus quality starts this year. Like that.
I mean, that's going to happen.
No, that is going to happen hypothetically.
If we weren't Yusei Kikuchi guys, that's nuts.
I
that
would
you
say,
just
yeah,
said
if
that.
I wasn't a Yusei Kuchi guy, I would say that's the worst take ever. But we are in that business, so I'm all in on him. By the way, I want to give a shout out to that guy that made the graphic with my face over Al Pacino with the cocaine, but it's just all of Yusei Kikuchi faces. That is funny as fuck. That was funny. Hand up, that was a good meme. And another thing, Avery, we have an announcement to make. We have a Toronto Blue Jays winning song. The Phillies last year had Dancing on My Own, in my opinion, trash. I never thought that was a good one. That was kind of boring.
From the
They stole it from
the
who?
Schwarber guys, though, so we won't say Schwarber stole it and brought it over.
Okay, they stole it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so what I was saying, though, Avery came up with a new Blue Jays win song, and I'm challenging the Gate 14 listeners to make a hype video of like Jays walk-off celebrations, like just cool shit in this video with this in the background. Avery dropped the fucking song. Let the people know what it is, because we're going to be saying it every live stream.
We said this like last week, I think, but
no, we didn't. No, we said it on a live stream.
No,
we didn't say anything.
It's Pump It Up. Great fucking track. We played it on a Yusei Kikuchi thing, and we put it out already. It fires me up. I think it's a great song. But if someone can make the video montage with Pump It Up in the background, it'll be played on our account every single time the Blue Jays win.
It's gonna have over 100,000 views, like easily.
Yeah,
easily, because we'll keep doing the same video.
Like, I could do this, but it wouldn't be as fun if we didn't use.
We need to use our resources. And another thing, listen, the people DMing me, the stuff will be coming. Everyone continues to talk to me about the t-shirts every single time I go live. Where's your, like, that's a sick t-shirt. This, all that, all this, all that. We're not even in the season yet, guys. It's spring training for everyone. It's spring training for Jer. It's spring training for the fucking clothing guy who still hasn't gave me my samples. Whatever. It's spring training.
That's
spring training for all of us.
We're having there's plans being developed behind the scenes, guys. Okay.
Yes. So
prepare for that on the shirts,
though.
Okay. What'd you say, Shen?
They said they're slow developing plans.
It's slow development plans.
But remember,
JR, can we get your fucking seal of approval? It will be ready for opening day. The website, at least,
ready for opening week. It will be ready for
opening week. What a spits up.
It will be ready. Look, guys, last year, you remember that pickle? Okay.
Yeah, JR's dealing with it.
When we lost $1,000?
Truthers to come
remember
out in full.
I had to fucking almost sue. Remember him?
Yeah,
I'm expecting JR. The logo was in outer space on the
those samples need to be hung up in a museum. They were so ass.
We should auction those off, because those are
terrible.
So fucking bad.
I'm pretty sure I just put them to the bottom of my pile of clothes.
I don't know where. I don't think I even.
I'm gonna donate mine to a fucking
Goodwill. Just go to a random like Goodwill in Toronto.
Goodwill would reject them. That's how fucking bad.
No, you got to go to a random Goodwill in Toronto and say, like, I left it at this location. First one to get it there gets a free Gate 14 hoodie. That's it. Like, that's that's what you got to do. But another thing,
we should start hiding Gate 14 merch in the Rogers Center.
That would be electric.
Scavenger hunts.
Yeah, scavenger hunt. That would be sick. People would love that. But another thing also, can we get in contact with an actual graphic designer? And no offense to some of these people that have sent me stuff. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate all this type of stuff. It's just not going to do it. I need a legit graphic designer. I have tons of stuff in mind. And maybe you guys tweet at us.
Johnny, let me help you here. No good graphic designer is going to reach out for free. Like, Chris does it. He's awesome. But so, like,
I understand that, though. I understand that. If I have to contact fucking Humber College and get a little college kid to be an intern for the Gate 14 guys and use his stuff, I want good shit. Like, these shirts ideas we have are very funny. Like, the I Love Hazel May shirt is going to be hilarious. I think it's going to do numbers. The Big Dick Rick shirt's going to be funny. I want to do a Yusei Kikuchi shirt, Yusei, with his face, because you know how the Cy Young Award has like a face on it, like a baseball there. I want Yusei's face imprinted on the Cy Young, and that will be. So
we're asking for the best graphic designer to ever live. Pretty much.
That's not even a crazy. Like, that's let's be real here. That's not crazy. I could probably muster that up in a second. Let's get crazy. I want the best of. I want the people to be proudly rocking Gate 14.
We're looking for the best of the best.
I want the people to be proudly rocking Gate 14 shit at Jays games. I want people to say, "Man, that shirt's hilarious.
That shirt's fucking
like
fire.
blocked by
I'll make
Will.
sure the quality's there."
The quality will
Okay.
be there. We need the
Quality will
designs now
fucking be there.
because
The
we're gonna do the
website-
simple stuff like
The
I
website
think-
will be live.
Will there
The
be
website-
stuff on the website though?
Like the website will be like you'll be able to visit gate14.ca again, and it'll be completely new, like completely remodeled, new. Like it's
Maybe
gonna
we
be
need to hire
awesome.
Cam
For
to do what?
to do our graphic design.
Is he like really good with like that picture?
was
I
the
sent
one
you,
who
like,
made
the
the other
Barstool way
ones.
they do it, like Triggs draws.
You're
Yeah,
looking
that guy's
for a fucking
freehand
cartoon
like
artist.
animation guy though.
Yeah,
shit's-
you need an animation guy, and that's gonna be pretty rare with our following.
JR's calling you guys out. JR's calling
Look,
you guys out. We'll
I'm
see. That I just wanted to say that. But anyways, man, I mean, I said this multiple times. Man,
Is that
I
your
just
phone case, Jer?
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
actually $7 off Amazon. Leather.
Jesus, that's such a Jeremy Roach phone case. But this is my thing, man. I fucking hate spring training. I'm done with it. The lives are done. I'm glad Avery talked me into it.
Yeah.
Although-
Holy fuck, eh? Lives are done.
Although I do love the lives. Actually, we're gonna put like a little wrinkle clause in the lives.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I
you
agree.
say
No.
Kikuchi's pitching, if you say's pitching, that's the only way I go live, and it'll only be for you say.
You gotta
Decline.
ask Abe. You gotta personally ask Abe for on Twitter. You gotta ask Abe for permission
It's just so
to go
fucking
live.
fun, dude. There's like over hundreds of people in it. It's just electric. I mean, the last one didn't have that many, but that was a boring ass fucking game. I think I was only live for 30 minutes. But like the you say ones put asses in seats, the stuff like that. I think it has to be it. The reaction videos do well on TikTok. I think it has to be at least just you say. That has to be the only one.
Fine, Johnny. You get your way, man.
There it is. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see. I will see, but we were harsh on Buck this episode. I will say that, but he is. I mean,
I'm at the point with Buck Martinez. I love him that I want to let him go. You know, if you love something,
yes. If you love, if it comes back, I hope it doesn't.
I
yeah.
only use the one part of it. If you love something, let it go.
Yeah, if you love something, let it go. I think that's a song. But anyway, I think is this week St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people partying, and I thought it was St. Patty's Day today.
No, it's Friday. Wow. All right. So all of our listeners out there, man, I know a lot of you guys are in college. Enjoy the week.
Oh, this is an awesome week in college.
This is an awesome week for you guys, man. I mean, I used to run the show at Laurier and Guelph for St. Patrick's Day. I used to hammer out both during the week, like Friday, Ezra, Saturday, University of Guelph. This is the best week, man. I'm pretty sure before like finals and stuff like that, right? Like it's in that range.
It's
a
like
little
the
bit.
last week before you get into your finals. It's the
Yeah,
last week
I
you
never
can
really
actually...
had finals and stuff like that. I don't remember. So I'm not really quite familiar
I
with
mean,
it. but-
JUCO Johnny wasn't doing fucking exams.
Yeah, I wasn't doing exams, but yeah, like enjoy it. This is a fun week, man. Make sure you guys stay responsible and stuff
Be
like
responsible.
that. Don't get behind the fucking wheel and be an idiot. Like just be fucking a moron. Don't Pete Walker it. But yeah, like this is a fun week, man. Enjoy it. And I will say this, and I know this is old man talking. When you're in college, man, and university, fucking soak it up. Enjoy it, because I would kill to just go back for one night. Trapper's Alley on a Thursday with the boys. I would fucking kill for it.
God, that
So
is
make
the
sure you
stickiest floor in Canada.
Yeah, but it's the best though. It's just because when you're going out with all the boys, you're having a good time. Like you know you're going back to the student house just to fuck around with the guys. You stay up till 4 or 5 a.m. Enjoy it. You don't know, like obviously we're still young. I'm 25, but enjoy it. And it's gonna be a fun week. I'm pumped for the listeners, man. St. Patrick's Day was the best. That was a circle day on my calendar every time. I used to run the show.
What type of merch were you rocking St. Patty's Day?
I would get this is what I'm saying. I'm a grizzled vet.
Oh my God. Thursday, 6 degrees. Friday, 6 degrees. Saturday, 4 degrees.
Yeah. We're getting into that. Oh, dude. Oh, Avery, should we go to Ezra on Friday?
No, we should not, man. I coach those fucking kids. I'm not going out.
I might go out with my brother. I might hit him up. What are you guys saying for Thursday? Yeah, no, but I used to be a grizzled vet. Like for homecoming, I'd get a shirt and a hoodie from every school I'd go to for their homecoming.
You probably rocked a Laurier dad shirt. You were one of those guys.
No, stop it. No, I never did that, but I would rock the green Laurier St. Patrick's Day shirt, or I'd wear something like that. I always pulled up. I always pulled up in the best.
Maybe
the
we'll
best
go
merch.
out this week, Thursday in Kitch.
I'm down for that. Well, yeah, I'm definitely down for that. Maybe we'll hit up some of my brother's Laurier boys. We'll go with the hockey team. We'll see. But no,
I
man,
don't know
enjoy
about
the
that.
week.
We can just go out with my guys from work.
Yeah, for sure. That probably makes more sense. But enjoy the week, man. I mean, how many more days do we have to open? What day's opening day? 29th?
Yeah,
Or
17
30th?
days.
No, 30th. We have 18 days until, I mean, that sounds like a lot. God damn it. I didn't even realize that's a lot of days. Never mind. No, disable the countdown. We got a lot of time until fucking opening day, guys. Actually, this will sound cooler. This time next month, the Jays will be playing at home against the Tigers. That sounds cooler.
Yeah.
That sounds cooler. And we'll be there. We'll figure out the game schedule and all that. A lot of people want some people reached out about meets and stuff like that, whatever games we'll go to, but we'll let you, if we're going to a Jays game, we'll let you guys know. That's like the moral of it. But as always, man, love you guys. Like I said, this is the dog days of the spring. This is the dog days of the spring. This is the worst. I fucking hate spring training. I want it to be done. And love you guys. And JR, any last words? Dave, any last words?
Let's ride, boys.